What is going on? The TheAireaidLord is here. This is a gaming update for July 14th, 2012. And I have some things to talk about on the channel, particularly with my Ratchet & Clank playthrough, which happened last week, with some YouTube bugs, the upcoming week, which will feature a classic PlayStation 2 game that I will be playing with some family members, and then also, I want you guys to vote on something that has to do with a game that I have not played yet, and I am unsure if people still want to see a playthrough of it. But let's first start with the Ratchet & Clank HD Collection, which a fan and also a friend, P-Dog, generously gave to me. I ordered it over Amazon UK, and I had it shipped to his house, and he shipped it to me. So all last week, I jumped into Ratchet & Clank HD Collection, playing the first, second, and third game. I beat them all, 115 videos to top it off. I think only 67 are in a playlist right now, so I'm going to add the remaining ones later tonight, and the entire playthrough will be visible for everyone's viewing pleasure. And I'm sure that playthrough right now there are few and far between views, but I'm sure in the future there'll be more activity, especially since, once the game comes out in America, people are going to be looking for playthroughs, and, since I have the Europe version, people are going to see that first. And I know it's kind of funny, there are some other people on YouTube who got the same idea. They had their friends or fans send them copies of the game, and it was kind of funny. I saw some other YouTubers doing it, and I kind of found that ironic, but yeah, basically, last week was Ratchet & Clank Devotion. And, yeah, 115 videos, and everyone seemed to like it. All these people, it was nostalgia. It was just like Jak and Daxter. People loved it. It was one of those PlayStation 2 classics. I remember playing with my friends, and it was fun. I really enjoyed myself. So now, I do want to talk about what is... Well, actually, first, let me move on to the YouTube bugs that happened while I was trying to upload my Ratchet & Clank videos, because some people noticed, who are fans of the Ratchet & Clank videos, and viewers and subscribers who were trying to watch them, noticed that at points in times, there would be problems watching the videos because they would be out of order. So you'd have part 6, part 9, part 14, part 21. It would be in this random order, and the video settings wouldn't save, and some videos would update with no settings, and people would be like, why is this video titled MA 10427, whatever the code was? Or, why is this video out of order? I can't find this part, I can't find this part, I can't find that part. The reason you can't find the parts, or you couldn't, because right now all the parts are uploaded to YouTube, but there's no problem with them right now, but the reason why you couldn't find them originally is because YouTube was having bugs. All last week there were processing errors, so when you tried to upload a video, it would upload, but on YouTube's end, the processing failed. And supposedly, according to a fan, YouTube was doing site maintenance last week, so I guess this was never announced, and they probably should have announced it, because I never received an email or anything about this. So when my videos started failing, it was kind of annoying, because especially since I was trying to do this playthrough, which I was looking forward to playing this game for so many months. All my fans were looking forward to it. They were asking about it. I finally have it up on YouTube, and then YouTube screws me by putting my videos out of order. And then I guess there was a playlist bug where you couldn't update your playlist. So it's like I'm trying to show people the videos. The videos are out of order. Let me put them in a playlist. Oh, wait a minute. The playlist doesn't work either. So I'm screwed on multiple levels, and I was getting angry last week, spamming the Google forums trying to find answers to these questions. But it looks like the problems fix themselves. It's just like a teenager. I use this analogy that YouTube is like a hormonal teenager. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. They're wishy-washy. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's just a toss-up, to be quite honest. And you just have to hope and pray when you upload a video to YouTube that it works. And you can check back on your computer. It kind of sucks that you have to just sit there at your computer. I usually don't do that. I just upload the videos and then leave and then come back to see how they're doing. But in some cases, you gotta watch them, so oh well. So we could go on forever about YouTube's problems, but I'm probably not going to waste the gaming update doing that, okay? I want to talk about the coming week, because I do have an announcement for a playthrough that's coming next week, which will take all of next week. And I also have a question for the fans, because there is a game that I have not played yet, which I need to ask the fans if they want to see me play this game. Because, let's be honest, the game I'm talking about, hold on a minute, I'll show you. Spec Ops The Line, if it's not in, oh, there it is. Spec Ops The Line. That's the game I'm talking about, okay? I bought this game, like, what, 2 weeks ago, along with Amazing Spider-Man. And as you know, I did a playthrough of Amazing Spider-Man. I beat Amazing Spider-Man. I also did a playthrough of the Skyrim DLC. I beat that. But I never actually got to this game, and I also didn't get to the Mass Effect 3 Extended Ending DLC. Those were two things that I didn't get to, which I had fans, like I asked them, I'm like, do you want to see footage of this? But when the Ratchet & Clank HD Collection came in the mail, I wanted to get to that immediately, so I kind of dropped everything and focused on that. But now that that's finished, I need to ask, do you want to see a playthrough of Spec Ops The Line? Because here's what my thinking is. This game has been out since the end of June, okay? It's been out since June 26, okay? Right now it's July 14th. Do you really want to see me do a playthrough of this game? Because I can tell you that there are multiple people who have already done a playthrough of this game. They've done walkthroughs. And, you know, I don't know if my fans are really interested in seeing that. If they really wanted to see a playthrough of it, they probably would have watched the dozens of playthroughs that are already up on YouTube at this moment. So, it's not that I don't know. I mean, the game seems interesting. I did actually play this game at PAX East. It didn't really attract me, but I could be wrong. Maybe this game is actually good. I don't know. But I'm going to say this. The game actually has not been opened. I have not actually cut this game open and took my scissors to it and opened it. It's still in the plastic wrapping. So I don't know what the policy is at GameStop. I could technically go back and bring this game back to them and get my $60 back. So I could get my full cost back because I never actually opened the game. I don't know if the GameStop's going to do that. I don't know if maybe they'll put up a fuss and say, "Oh, you know, you've only had this game for a couple or weeks and you can't do that," or something like that. But I'm going to try. But I'm only going to do that. I'm only going to do that if you guys don't want me to do a playthrough of it. If I get like an overwhelming amount of support and be like, yes, do this game, we want to see you do a playthrough of it, then I'll keep it and I'll do a playthrough of it. But if no one really cares to see a playthrough of it, then I'll just trade it back to GameStop and I will never do a playthrough of Spec Ops The Line. So, I'm just throwing that out there to you guys. I'm also throwing out the Mass Effect 3 Extended Ending DLC because, I'm going to be quite honest, it's not something I really am interested in doing because, again, hundreds of people already have footage of it on YouTube. If you wanted to see the extended endings, you would have, looked it up. But the thing is, I know people like to see my perspective, and I know that's why I'm appealing to a lot of people, because people like to see what I think about games. The only problem is, I've said this before, I didn't play the original Mass Effect 1 and 2. Mass Effect 3, when it had that shitty ending, it really didn't affect me because I wasn't with this series for years and years. It's not like I was building my character and my resources and constantly changing the experience, pretty much amassing an army and followers and Shepard getting all these unlocks and permutations. I didn't do that. So when I played Mass Effect 3, I loved the game. Mass Effect 3 is actually one of my favorite games of 2012 so far, but I mean, let's be honest. Mass Effect 3, I didn't, it was a good game, but, the ending, it's not like it's something I wanted to go back and do. So I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, it's not something I can see myself going back and saying, "Oh, I need to play the ending of Mass Effect 3. Like, I gotta see what this new ending is. There was such a demand for it, and now I gotta see. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't really prefer doing it, but again, if the fans want this, if the fans want me to do Spec Ops The Line, if the fans want me to do the Mass Effect Ending DLC, I would be happy to oblige. So, just comment. I need yours. This is the channel for you guys. I put out the footage for the fans. So, if you guys want something, if you have a demand for something, like, it was funny, when I finished my Ratchet & Clank HD Collection footage, there was a lot of people who were commenting, "Oh, play Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction, do a playthrough of it. Do Ratchet & Clank Quest for Booty," which I guess was a PSN download after Tools of Destruction. It was the game that bridged into Oh, now my friend's online. But it's the game that bridged Tools of Destruction into A Crack in Time. So, I mean, I just did like a bazillion. I made 115 Ratchet and Clank videos. So I believe at this point it's not really worth it. So I'm just throwing that out there for people who were asking about Quest for Booty. I did see your comments, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I just made 115 Ratchet and Clank videos. I think if you want to see Ratchet and Clank, you can view any of the 115 videos that I've uploaded, which is like hours and hours of footage. So that's that. Okay, last thing, I could talk about New York Comic Con because it is coming up in October. It'll be here before you know it. I just want to put this out there, because I am a Machinima partner, I've actually been in contact with a couple of people over at Machinima, and I am in the process of getting free tickets to New York Comic Con 2012. A couple of days ago, on July 11th, they opened sales for single-day tickets to New York Comic Con. And if you don't know what New York Comic Con is, it's a big con convention where they show new games. They have a balance between video games and cosplay con stuff. And I went last year in 2011 with my father, and I met up with my friends. It was pretty good. The convention center was absolutely ginormous. It is kind of easy to get lost, but I think they're kind of changing the layout. They're combining the anime artist alley and the regular artist alley together to avoid confusion. So I think that's actually a very smart idea. But I am going this year again, and this time, because I wasn't with Machinima when I went to that convention, but now I am. So I actually sent an email to the person who oversees the distribution of tickets at Machinima. And I sent him an email and it kind of laid out, when I would be going. I would only be going one day, by the way. I'm only going Saturday. It doesn't make sense to stay 3 days. You can honestly, like when I went that one day last year, I didn't feel like I needed to stay there longer, so I'm just letting you know. So I would only go for one day, and I would need a hotel room because New York is kind of far from where I live here in Massachusetts. So, it's not incredibly far, but I would still need a hotel room. And I would basically need them to accommodate that. So this is an offer that they offered me, and I basically followed up on it. And as we speak, the associate is looking, he's searching, he's contacting people to see if he can get me a free ticket. And if this was to happen, he would send me a ticket through the mail that has the Machinima logo on it, and I would wear it, and I would get special access, quote unquote, to New York Comic Con. I wouldn't be waiting in line, that freaking 300-yard line that my father and I had to wait in last year at New York Comic Con, which was freaking ridiculous. You had to go in this weaving line all around the Javits Center. It was ridiculous. So with a Machinima pass, with a free ticket, I would have special access. So I think that would be awesome. And even if they can't pay the full ticket, I just want the access is pretty much what I'm looking for. So if they can do that, that's amazing. They have been very responsive to me so far. I've been getting replies to every email I send them. So it's looking good so far. So in a future gaming update, I will have a follow-up to the New York Comic Con situation, and I'll be able to tell you if that is a yes or a no. I'm going to be going 100%, but it's just, will I be getting a free ticket, or will I have to pay for it like last year? So that's basically all I need to say about that. And last but not least, this week for gaming, we have a playthrough of Gauntlet Dark Legacy. This game came out in 2001 or 2. I don't know what year it was. It came out in 2001 or 2. It's the sequel to an old arcade classic. I remember playing this in the arcades where you control your guy from above, and it's, medieval kind of stuff where you have orcs and zombies and ghouls raising from the dead. This is an old school kind of game, and this game came out on the PlayStation 2 10 years ago. And I am going to be doing a 4-player co-op session of this game with my brother. His name's Matthew. My other brother is Jonathan, and also my father, because this is my father's vacation, so he actually has some time to play some games with us. So that is going to be a really fun playthrough. I am unsure if we'll be able to finish the game. We have actually played this game before, and we know where everything is, so it's not like we're going to get lost, but the game is kind of lengthy, so I will see if we can beat it. I'm not promising anything, but you're definitely going to see footage of Gauntlet Dark Legacy this week. It's going to be really cool, because each of my family members I've had in my videos in some way, shape, or form. My little brother Jonathan was in my Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition playthrough, which was around Christmas time, 2011. He played with me live co-op for that. My brother Matthew actually starred in my Modern Warfare 3, like those two-player missions that you could play together and you do those things. He played with me for that. I remember there were volume issues when he was on that, and everyone was like, "Oh, your brother's so creepy." I'm like, "Well, you couldn't hear him because the volume wasn't up." And then you know my father. My father's been to all the conventions, well, most of the conventions with me. He's gone to, what conventions has he gone to? He went to Kineticon 2011, he went to New York Comic Con 2011, and then he went to PAX East 2012. He didn't go to MagFest or too many games. He didn't, that's not really his thing. Those were local conventions. He only went to the big name ones, and yes, he will be joining us for this playthrough, and he'll be a good entity because a lot of people liked his commentary in years past. So I think it'll be fun. I'm actually looking forward to this playthrough, and I think it's going to be a hit. So that's it really. That's it for the gaming update. Again, you need to vote if you want to see Spec Ops: The Line or the Mass Effect Extended Endings DLC. Vote in the comments. Yes or no if you want me to play them, because if I don't get a response or people say no, these games are going back to, or this game is going back to GameStop, and I'm not getting the Mass Effect DLC. And I also have some future plans after Gauntlet, but I'll make a gaming update next week once Gauntlet's complete, once my father returns to his regular job, and then we'll have I'll be by myself again, and I will be able to kind of plot out the rest of the summer. I do have some interesting videos I'm thinking of making, such as, I don't know, should I spoil it right now? I don't know, I was thinking of making some Black Ops videos, because I'm going to be playing Black Ops 2 with some friends for zombies, and I've been practicing, per se, off camera. I kind of want to show people some footage of that. I also want to make a video on how to upload to YouTube using a camera, because I've actually received a lot of comments on the Ratchet & Clank videos like, "Oh, how the hell did you get good quality? Wow, this is really good quality, and you're not even using an HD PVR. How did you do it?" A lot of people have written things similar to that effect, and I have a process by which I do this on YouTube with my camera, and I would be glad to film how I do it, like step by step, like, step 1, set up your tripod, step 2, turn on the TV and put your preferences to busy, which I never do. Step 4, make sure the lighting is good, make sure your focus is good, make sure you have, you're in a quiet environment where you're not going to get disturbed. Stuff like that. And then I'll show you how to upload, what kind of memory card you should use, what kind of camera I use, stuff like that. I would basically go over how to upload to YouTube with this HD camera that I've used for a little over a year. It's been a year and like 3 months, I believe, since I've used this camera. I've been using this camera still, so. Okay. We're done with the gaming update. Not that long, only 18 minutes. So stay tuned for Gauntlet. It's coming either tonight or tomorrow, actually, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, it's going to be really fun, so I'm looking forward to it. So thanks. TheAireaidLord is signing out. Thanks for watching.